Hi there, Alan Combies here, FasterEFT practitioner and creator of this little video series that I call Morning Coffee with Alan. It's a video series that I create really to help you, someone who's on their journey with FasterEFT. You know, I started this journey back in 2008. I think is when I first discovered Robert Smith and FasterEFT, and I really took to it because it was something that really resonated with me. I had been studying things like hypnotherapy, the subconscious mind, neurolinguistic programming, or NLP. And when I saw Robert doing his style of tapping, I really recognized that he was combining all of these things. And so today I want to talk a little bit about fear. You know, I think fear is something that all of us can relate to. It's something that we all experience now and then. But what I want to talk about specifically is fear when it comes to really reaching out, branching out, and doing something that maybe every part of your being is screaming at you to do, but instead of following through and doing it, you feel that fear, that anxiety, that apprehension, and you hold back and you stay back, and it really keeps you from, oftentimes it can really keep you from branching out and really exploring and creating new things and really stepping into the life that you dream of. And so often, you know, I remember my girlfriend, my partner, when she had an opportunity to fly to New York. I remember she was wondering if she should actually follow through with her plans, and she shared the story, and she gave me permission to share it. But she was having a bit of anxiety, a bit of fear, a bit of doubt. And the story was she had an opportunity to audition, and they gave her the option of staying back here in LA and sending in a video shoot of herself, or she could spend her own dime and fly out to New York and show up in person. And so she was feeling a little doubt, a little hesitation. And I told her, I said, you know, if you go out there, the universe will reward you for taking action. And that's really how this stuff works, you know. And of course, you know, she ended up going out there, and if you're familiar with my escapades, she's been in New York ever since. But it's been amazing. She's been able to work with some amazing people, and what has opened up for her since deciding to go out there and fly out to New York has been amazing. It's been this amazing journey. And so I want to invite you. What is it that you feel like you need to step into? What is it that you feel like you want to do, but something is holding you back? Now, what is fear? What is that? You know, what is that stepping up? Well, first of all, what is fear? You know, maybe you've heard the acronym false evidence appearing real. It really is just that, but where does it come from? Is it all made up? You know, fear is really, we tend to make up scenarios in our head of things that haven't even happened yet. And that's where that acronym comes from, false evidence that appears real. We make up all these scenarios of things that we don't want, and we play them over and over again like movies in our minds. And of course, thoughts create feelings in our body. And so those thoughts, those mental movies that you've created, are creating anxiety. They're sending signals to the body. The organs are producing chemicals like adrenaline that are throwing you into fight or flight reflex. However, there is nothing there. There is no bear in the woods. There is nobody chasing you. It's your own mind creating this fight or flight reflex. And so, but then you have to ask, okay, where do these scenarios come from? Where does that movie come from? That movie is based off of past experiences in your life. So although you may never have experienced something specifically that you're making up in your mind, granted, everything you're making up about the future is not real because it hasn't happened yet, but you are basing it off of some kind of experience, and it doesn't have to be something that actually happened to you. It could be from something you read, or it could be from a movie, or it could be from something that happened to somebody else. You follow me? You can have these references in your mind and project them into the future. And so what do? Well, there's two ways to approach this with FasterEFT. The first way, obviously, is to take a look at, okay, what are you making up in your head? What are the pictures? What's the mental movie that you're creating? Notice the sensation, notice the anxiety, aim at the movie, aim at the pictures in your mind, and use the FasterEFT process. Tap until you can tap down that emotion. And then you can also take a look at what are all the experiences that you've had in the past that relate to whatever it is that you're afraid of. So if you're afraid of getting in front of a group, let's say you're afraid of getting on video and recording a video. This is something that I used to have. What you do is take a look at, okay, what am I projecting? Well, okay, I'm afraid I'm going to screw it up, or I'm afraid that I'm going to say the wrong thing, or I'm afraid the whole world's going to see me and they're going to think I'm stupid or not smart enough or not good enough or not whatever it is. And so now, you tap on all of that stuff, and then you go back and you make a list of all of the things and experiences and memories that support those beliefs. In other words, if I have a belief that says they're going to think I'm stupid, then I have to go back and really look at what are all my experiences of being in the public eye and being ridiculed or being stupid. It could be anything. But this is how you truly, truly heal. You go back and you make a list of these experiences. You can start with the surface stuff, which is I'm scared because I'm stepping into the unknown. Tap on that, and then go back and take a look at all the memories, all the proof that you have, everything that supports this fear. Go back and clean all that stuff up, and I tell you, your life will transform when you begin doing this work in this specific way. I always say there's really 3 different ways to work on yourself with FasterEFT. The first way is really to work in the heat of the moment. You feel the emotion. In this case, you feel the fear. Notice the fear. Notice it in your body. Notice where you feel it. If you can, notice what you're thinking about, and just tap. And what you're doing here is you're really training yourself. You're training yourself to recognize when you're feeling bad and to do something different. Instead of entertaining it, you're tapping. And by tapping, you're sending a signal to the body that, hey, this feeling does not equal this thought anymore. And as you do that, you begin to make these feelings and these thoughts more conscious. And as they become more conscious, you can see them better. You can see how you represent them better in your mind, and you can begin to aim when you tap. Aiming is a very, very powerful tool in FasterEFT. Aiming is noticing how you know you've got the problem. What are the images? What are the memories? What are the mental proofs? And it can be memories, it can be pictures, it can be sounds. It's however you do it in your mind. Notice how you're doing it in your mind, aim at it, and then tap. Turn your attention to the feeling of your fingers and just tap. Do a round, take a deep breath, blow it all away. Say peace, and then check back. Can you make it bother you? Repeat this process. Now, this is very, very powerful. Now, the second thing you can do is you can begin to get more focused on your tapping. And by doing this, you create something called a peace list. You can create a journal where you start writing down all the proofs, all the ways that you know you have that problem. Again, if it's speaking on video or whatever the fear is, you take a look at whatever your experiences, what are any experiences you had that would support that belief that you're not good enough to do it, or whatever it is that's scaring you. Make a list of these experiences with the intention of sitting down with that list. Mark some time off in your calendar, 45 minutes, an hour, 2 hours. Give yourself some time to heal. And sit with this list and address each one of those memories on that list. You want to address them, you want to step into the memory, you want to feel it, and then you want to tap. And again, you want to tap it down as much as you can to 0, and then ask yourself, what would I want? How would I rather this go? Because your memories are no longer real. And as you begin to take the emotion out, you realize they become permeable, and you can actually change how you represent these things in your mind. Or you begin to see it from a different perspective that feels good. Always the goal is to feel good about what you hold inside, because what you feel good about is what propels you forward. It's what gives you inspiration. It's what opens up. It's what loosens you up. It's what opens up your mind and your body so that you can see that you have other options. You can see that you have intuition, you have ideas, you're more open to that sort of stuff. And so that's really the second way to apply tapping. Create a peace list, create your peace journal with the intention of going back and working on those things. And of course, the third way is working with a practitioner. You know, oftentimes we've been doing these things to ourselves for so long that it becomes habitual and it's just happening to us, and our problem is right there, but we can't see it, right? It's like, I don't get it. Why can't I fix myself? Why can't I do this? Why, you know, and it's right there. It's been there all along. And so a practitioner can help you see it and help you address it and help you release it with their outside perspective. They can stand back and look at the big picture and shed some light on what's going on in your world. And by doing that, you'll be able to aim, tap, release, and let go. I hope that's helpful. This is Alan Combies, Faster EFT Practitioner, another edition of Morning Coffee with Alan. We'll see you in the next one.